आज मैं आपको एक एक टॉपिक चाहती हूँ, आप लोग अपना तरफ से कोई रिकमेंड करो, नहीं तो फिर मैं मुझे असाइन करना होगा। आप लोगों को एसआरएस बनाना है, वही 25 पेज वाला अपने आप। जो रेलवे रिजर्वेशन वाला वो सबको बनाना है, और ये वाला जो है ये सबका ये इंडिविजुअली चलेगा, ठीक है, क्योंकि सबके टॉपिक ही अलग अलग होंगे। तो एक एक करके इसको स्टार्ट करती हूँ मैं। आप लोग सोचो पहले कि किस प्रॉब्लम के ऊपर आपको। ओके,
Hello, ma'am.
या
Ma'am, I'm really sorry. I don't know Hindi, ma'am.
ओके ओके, या आई जस्ट गॉट एन आइडिया कि ओके मैं स्टार्ट हो गई थी
I'm
हिंदी।
from Tamil
ओके
Nadu. Really sorry.
ओके ओके ओके, नो इट्स ओके, यू कैन ऑलवेज prompt me in between, no problem at all.
Really sorry, ma'am.
So no, it's okay. So now in today's session, what we are going to cover in the practical guidelines that was given by the IGNOU on the IGNOU practical guideline, railway reservation, we are already assigned this task, and some of you have already done it, and some of you are still in progress and all. I will check randomly 10 Google Drives of some of you, and today we have to start a new exercise also. I will be assigning, not I will be, rather I'm asking from you that you can choose the topic of synopsis for your choice, also. If you are comfortable with that, you want to discuss on this. The idea is what, that you have to develop a software, and for developing that software we are here to make a SRS for that thing. Because I mean, the railway reservation is common to all. We have done so many discussion on that thing last time. We have explored 2-3 platforms also, so now everyone was on same page. Now it, as a part of the practical activity, everyone is assigned, everyone is supposed to create their own SRS based on their own unique topic. No two topics will be same, right? So I would request everyone that please recommend your topics. Just type into the chat window on which topic you would like to make your SRS. The way I have shown you that online banking, or what was that, online art gallery, and then there was one more that I have shown you through my blog also. So that two examples you are already having in your mind. So keeping all that understanding in your mind, what topic would you like to, choose to make the synopsis? Other than the railway reservation, just forget about railway. That is to be done. Now we have to choose another individual, topic. So if anyone has some idea that on which topic they would like to, you please start sharing your ideas, because these practical classes means we are supposed to discuss on few aspect of the these things. Or shall I assign it, or you would like to choose from some source, or you want some time? Just tell me what to do. Online, okay, I want to do one thing. Yes, Vanchika, अभी तो क्लास चल रही है, कल नहीं हो पाएगा, मंडे ही हो पाएगा बल्कि। ओके, I want that someone volunteer on this part, so that whatever topics are coming, there should be a database on that part, so that no two students should have a same topic. Although same topic could be there, but with slight new name, and if the language is different, someone is working on Python, another is one is working on Java, same topic, then it is acceptable. Okay, I have some ideas also, but I want your ideas first. Okay, who would like to volunteer on this part to have that entire database on this? Did we get good news? Okay. The good news was that now there's a separate official community that IGNOU has set up. Now they will randomly, maybe by means of official ID or by means of some unofficial ID, they will enter as a student, and they will check that how the practical classes are going on, either the student are responding or not, and what are the reason if they are not responding, this kind of way, because the entire practice or entire things is to be done in online way. So, and there's a 40 marks specification is also mentioned onto the assignment part also, it was written exclusively. So they just want to oversee all these things. So that was that is the latest update that we got yesterday only. So you must not be knowing, because this is official internal communication. So be aware of whatever we are doing, whatever we are communicating. It means it should be done in a very mindful way, because someone is there to look after your performance and everything. And I have been told to register the performance of each and every person in the class individually, so that that 40 marks evaluation can be done. So I need your support. We actively participate on all these things, so that the things can be managed. Okay, so those some of you have already shared. So what should I do? Nursery with PHP. अंजलि थोड़ा सा बताओ मुझे इस पे. What is your idea? Nursery with PHP. What is nursery?
No, ma'am. As I already said, I'll be working on a plant nursery online web application where we can,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and the
Okay.
language would be PHP that I'll be using.
That I got your idea. So in nursery, what is your idea? Which which transaction you are automizing basically?
Ma'am, there are several, there are several organizations
You
or
assume
small
me.
businesses.
You assume me as a customer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then only you will make me understand all the things. So how your software, because whatever we are discussing here, everything is related with our subject basically. So what sort of application you are serving to the society, so that the people who are handling this nursery kind of thing, they will get benefit out of your project?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am.
just tell
Ma'am,
me.
as yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as I know many people that have small nursery businesses, but the business is completely offline because these are small. More likely some uneducated people who can't really afford
Right,
or
very
know
true.
about web applications. So all the customers and everything they deal with is offline.
Hmm.
So it would be a great idea if we provide them an online portal where they can, distribute their, what do we say, details of the kind of plants they are using and the tenders they are provide to, many big, what do we say, like, very
Okay,
big plans of
okay. But
gardening and planting.
what I understood till now, I am facing a little bit challenge or that thing, that how that person will reach to, he will get to know about your this kind of project and all. How you will get the target audience? Okay, for think about this for how part. I got your idea that how you want to automate the internal processing of a nursery basically, right? So till then you just give a thought to this thing, then again we will discuss on this thing. Okay, let me share my email ID, or I want that it should be handled by one of you, out of you. Two or three, just please volunteer on this part, that who would like to maintain the entire title list of the student. For field name I will recommend you just have that database, you just volunteer, otherwise I will pick myself. Neha, okay, fine. One more. I am looking forward to support the Neha. One more candidate to. We will take everything in a project way, because entire software engineering, it is revolving around the project management approaches and all. Then we will apply that approach here also. So I am looking for one more volunteer apart from Neha. So these two people will be backup of one another also. Lakwinder, okay, fine, fine. So let me note down it also. Lakwinder and Neha. Because just a minute. Hmm. Neha. योर ग्रुप इज G3 ना? नहीं,
No, ma'am,
आपका
G2.
1 and 2 है, आपका 1 and 2 है, राइट। G1 G2, G1 and G2, fine। These two are the Neha and Lakvinder's. These both are the project manager. They will what field you have to manage. Now everyone is supposed to share their name latest by let's have the deadline also. Today is 4th. Yes. Let me do it. Let me cover this part. 4. I think you all are busy till Sunday evening. So if you will give a thought to this thing, Tuesday, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday means 7th. 7th June is final for the your title submission. Agreed, everyone? Yes or no? Just type into the chat window.
Yes, ma'am.
Type into the chat window Y or N that deadline for submitting your title on which topic you would like to make your own software. Just quickly type into the chat window Y or N. So I got the answer. Now let's finalize this. Neha, you just jot down each and everything. The deadline which is set for the title submission and introduction also. The way that student nursery, I couldn't recall that. That she has shared the idea. That 2-3 line content should also be there. Let me share you the field name that Neha and uh, that he will maintain. Name of the student. Let me share. Student name, roll number, group and program we already know, title of the project, and then what will come?
And the
Language,
language.
yeah, front end and back end. Any other thing which will help us? No, one more thing. Yeah, intro about project.
Yes.
That 2-3 line content will really help us to get an idea that your idea revolves around which aspect of this particular topic, right? So everyone is supposed to now Neha, what I suggest, it's my idea, although you are leading, you can put your ideas also. Create a Google sheet and put all the names over there, and or there is some emailing kind of thing, but it will increase your work. I think you are already
Ma'am,
working. Yeah.
ma'am,
Okay.
we can do one thing. We can create a shared Google sheet
Hmm.
and share that link to each and every student, so they can enter their details
Yeah,
one
yeah,
by
yeah.
one.
This
So
will be
Neha
much
won't
better.
have to
Yes,
do anything.
yes, yes, yes. From me, only Neha and what was another name? Lakwinder. These both two people can directly communicate through WhatsApp and all, right? If some challenges are there, it will not be possible to connect with each and everyone. If some sort of challenges are there, then these two people will be the first point of contact to connect me, so that if some input is required at my part, I can add on to that thing, right? So yeah, it's a great idea. So you all must have already an internal group of yours now.
Yes, ma'am.
Deadline we all know very well. Just before deadline on Monday, you just put this deadline that tomorrow is the deadline, so that everyone will get a kind of reminder. And if someone is left, so they can put their title of the project in this format. So that Excel sheet will be created by Neha and all. Okay. Now 2-3 examples were also there. Let me take. Hospital patient management. Although the name is self-explanatory, Mariama, Maria. I will call you Maria.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
but what functionality, in the hospital, there are a lot many things that we have to, we can automate. So your project is specifically focused on to the on which aspect of the hospital management and all. Although for IT student, management word is not recommended as per
Oh,
the guidelines, right?
okay.
Although we are managing, we are here to manage all the things at the part of organization, but still it is specifically mandate at the part of you know IGNO guidelines that IT student are not supposed to use the management word. They can use some other word because management they have kept this word as a project title for the MBA students and all. So just to differentiate and all. So you keep this Maria, you just change the name some more tricky catchy kind of, right? But you can just share your idea with me now. What
I was
idea is
thinking,
behind this
I
particular
was
project?
thinking from the time the patient kind of like usually a new patient most probably before he comes to the hospital he would be making a phone call and making a phone booking with just his name and phone number. So
Mm-hmm.
starting from there, then coming there to to the hospital and registering with all the details, and then which all doctors he sees, the billing, like not all the thorough billing part but just a overview of the billing, then what all treatments or what all.
Big idea is working behind the scene.
Yeah,
Big idea. Good. Okay. So, what encourages you, Maria, in this regard? What encourages you to go for this topic only?
that was the first thing that came to my mind actually. I
Okay,
had
okay,
been
no
to the
problem.
hospital
No
recently,
problem.
so
No problem. No problem. Okay, Nazia, online grocery shopping system. So, the way the other online platforms are available, how your online grocery shopping system will help the customer differently. थोड़ा सा बताओ नाजिया. What is your idea behind this grocery shopping system? How it is different from Amazon and other online marketplaces? Yeah, Nazia, would you like to share? Are you comfortable? Okay, Anjali, Nazia, you just do one thing. You write your idea into the Google Sheet itself. Okay. Yeah, online plant nursery. I think Anjali has already shared. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Mehir. Okay, you need some time. Uh, Even if some a layout kind of idea is there, you can discuss here also. It will be your project basically. uh, okay, Abhishek is also asking for time. Neha, online school bus system. Neha, share your understanding on this.
Ma'am, actually, this is not a school. This is base of the school bus tracking system. Actually, there is a two software, one for parent and one for school. Like when you register your kid or a student in school, then school provide you a QR code, and
Okay.
you can stick that QR code on school bag or behind the eye card, and then you go to the bus stop for pick up or drop the student.
Mm-hmm.
There are the attendant in school bus. Here use the second software which is taking the checking the QR code and taking the attendance of the student. And after
Okay.
the attendance mark, your student tracking will start. And there are actually one more function like there are a facility like you can register two or three people in your family as a parent, and only when they are going to pick up the student, the attendant will drop the student.
Hmm.
Otherwise attendant will contact the school, and you have to clearance that you belong to that student a family. So this is for the safety of the student.
Okay. So your software is basically a kind of boon in the hands of parents so that they can track the progress of the bus. Either the bus has been,
Ma'am, actually, there is two software, one for the attendant, second for the parent.
parent. But primary it is for the bus attendance basically, right?
Bus attendance and tracking, live tracking. Like
Okay,
parent
live
can
tracking. Okay, okay.
They can see the bus locations. They get the notification like bus is
Okay, okay.
reaching on the dot in 5 minutes or 2 minutes,
Okay,
kind
okay.
of.
Great, great, great. Okay, Chanda is also saying, just to give me 2 minutes. I will be back in 2 minutes. Yes. Now, next one is college management system. Lakhinda ji, boliye. So please share your understanding on this. What is your
From
idea behind? Yes.
excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, I
Yes,
will
yes.
just cover it after some time because I'm working on Excel, Google Sheet on. I'm just preparing the Google Sheet.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
finish that.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay. Uh, what else? Fine. Now I'm going to share the guidelines MCA, which was specifically for MCA student as per the IGNO guidelines. So while choosing the topic for your project and all these guidelines you have to follow. Although when you will see the code you will find that it is not your code, but don't bother about this thing. These project guidelines never change with the parameters, other parameters. So you just look at this so that it will help you. And then I will show you a list of title also. If you find that out of the given title someone is really closer to your expectations, so that you can choose, but you have to update it into the database, right? So that no two students should have the same. Let me share my window. you can see this is the sequence in which the your SRS will be structured. Now this is the message from the project coordinator to their IGNO student or MCS student. Just go through with it before choosing any title, before going ahead on this part. Forget about the code part.
Ma'am, where this PDF available?
I will create it and will share on to the group also. Although
Okay.
it is not your project, I mean your code is not there, na, so that's why I haven't shared it. Although project guidance more or less they are similar, not so big difference. You will be able to see this previous code. Your MCA online, this is the new one, na? But project guideline never change. Even if you will go refer the BCA level project guideline, the only 2-3 parameter are changed with respect to the BC and MC only. The kind of idea, the kind
Okay,
of
ma'am.
requirement, it is more or less same. So that's why I haven't shared it, because otherwise people will get confused that this is not our code or something like that. That's why I'm sharing here. I will highlight 2-3 points over here that is important from my point of view also. The basic agenda is this one. Shall I go ahead? Next. Before choosing your topic, the kind of complexity, all these parameters must be in your mind. Shall I go ahead? Yes?
Now, how we know which topic is already done by BCA level?
So that is why this database is going to be created, na? Even I would like to associate
Ma'am, which database you are talking about?
Excel sheet. Actually, Excel sheet. In our example, we have taken this Excel sheet as a container, na, as a repository, so that entire title will be there. So here we can, I will check it out that no two topics should be similar, right? So we have to ensure it also. Although I told you earlier this thing that we can use different language, different programming languages rather for the same. If I am going to make a project on travel, tour and travel, you are also going to make a project on tour and travel, but you are using C#, I am using Python, then it will work. But exactly the name should not be same. I will keep some different name, you will keep some different name. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
So shall I go ahead? If everyone has read it?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm just covering this aspect so that very mindfully you all can choose your project title and all. This is not meant for you. Your dates are still to be decided. This is the performer that you have to put in front of your project file. Again, maybe because again this is not your code, so I will not discuss here this thing here. Let the things come out with your codes and all. Although these are the points that I have already covered with you. एक और point था, आने देते हैं इसको. It is for your reference. Once the things will be done, when you will submit your copy, then keep one copy with you as a reference. Whatever topic you all have shared in today's class, that were all near to this aspect. Solve real life problems.
Ma'am, so it is a mini project or major project?
Again, because we haven't get any documentation in this regard, you consider yourself as a project only, no mini, no major, because till
That's final project.
we can find we can take it final also,
Okay.
because until unless I will not get any notification till then I can't say anything na. But
No, ma'am. In this document, they are specified as mini projects, so that's why I'm asking.
yeah, this is specifically mentioning here. Yes, just don't forget about the code MCS-044 or MCS-060. And 44 was the, as per the previous labels. I mean previous offline MCA it was mini project, and MCS-060 was the for major project. These two codes were different. All these things you must be knowing. ये तो हमने कर ही लिया। एक टॉपिक पे था वो मुझे आपको पढ़वाना था। You can consider anything for your project title. It could be an industry, your project could serve to any industry, any research and development, laboratory, educational institute. It could be anything. Like in one of my batch, one of the student whose father was working in a petrol pump, so he has created that software to help his father, so that the accounting kind of work can be automized. So it could be anyone. It could be any topic. If some of your parents are running some sort of business, you can plan to automate that thing, because this kind of topic are not duplicate somewhere, right? So it will help you to create the uniqueness in your project also. Yes, it is specifically written here that it is not mandatory for a student to work on a real life project. It is not mandatory. It is your choice. That's why this freedom is given to you, that okay, you can take till you can think till Tuesday about your topic. Although, as per previous guidelines, a guide will be associated with you who can guide you, so that you can share your understanding with guide on each and every aspect, because it is not possible for a single person to go through or to give their ideas or this kind of thing. Or as per even rules of the IGNOU, I'm talking about the previous criteria. Once we have the newest criteria, we will share that also. But this previous, understanding and experience will really help you to anticipate certain thing also, right? So that's why I'm sharing all these things. So your guide could be any person who's fulfilling this criteria. He must have this kind of qualification and experience and all. It's not necessary that PCT is your learning center, so you can opt to your guide from here only. If someone who is qualifying this criteria, they can be your guide also, right? No, here is the topic, here is the actual part that I was looking for. Today we are going to cover this part.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I have a doubt. Like this project will be submitted in 4th semester. Am I right?
No. It is a kind of, it is a kind of lab practical exercise. You don't, because you will prepare anything, whatever you will do, it should be under some guidelines, na? So that's why, because I don't have any current updated data with respect to the project and all. So once we will receive it, we will definitely share with you on the official groups as well. But till then, until unless we will not get it, you will have the previous mindset of the that we keep on using or keep on applying in the old MCA part. So in this part, as per my understanding, there will be not so much difference. Hardly 10 or 20% differences will be there, if differences will be there, because some of the barriers they have already crossed on that way. Let me mute all, because some of the barrier IGNO has already removed, because initially there were some topic that was strictly prohibited at the part of IGNO guide, at the part of IGNO, that is hospital management system, inventory management system, payroll management system. These three topics were not recommended, although you can apply all these functionalities, but the name should not be like this: hospital management system, payroll management system, and inventory management system. These three topics were already out of the list now. Although in every company we have to manage the inventory, every hospital has to manage they have their own system of managing the thing, but still name should not be like this. Apart from this, as per the previous guidelines, apps were not recommended as a part of your project work, but now IGNO has again updated their guidelines. They are allowing the student that they can create any sort of app, but the thing is that your app should be able to reflect the effort of minimum 3 to 4 months, or we can say in terms of number of hours, it should be greater than 90 hours. Apart from this, initially there was a restriction also, that the student can make a project only in the languages that is the part of their course curriculum as per IGNO. But now again this barrier has been crossed. Now whatever rather officials appreciate this effort of the student, that okay, they are taking so much pain to learn the new things, and not only learning, rather transforming their knowledge to in the form of some software and all. So it's a really an encouraging factor for the student, that now they can make the project in any language in which they are comfortable with, except C, C++, and Visual Basic. These are three languages which are not recommended as the language of your project. Again, it is mentioned also into this project guidelines. So these kind of whatever updation are there, which I have seen in the past 2 years, that I have shared with you. So again, this idea, because these are not the BC level IGNO guidelines, these are the MC level guidelines. So more or less, your guidelines will be around these guidelines or similar kind of will be there. There will be hardly 10 to 20% differences. Although to my understanding, it should not be difference on this, because right. Then once your topic will be finalized, your front end, back end, and your functionality will be approved by the not approved, rather it will be finalized at your part, then you will start making that 25-page document for this particular project, and I will evaluate your work. I have been told to manage an Excel sheet and review this SRS or this project file of each and every single student, and give my evaluation out of 40 marks, and mention that marks, and will forward that sheet to the university or IGNO university. So it is I will be able to do it in the second last or last class. Till then you will be able to complete it, and then although Viva would not be possible now, although when it was offline, then we used to do this exercise also, right? So now let me share you some topics also. Now you all can see this is a topic which you can refer. It is not only for BCA, rather I must say anyone can take, depending upon the complexity. We can differentiate BCA and MCA. It is applicable to all the students. So there are many topics, 74 topics are there. If anyone is a little bit confused on this part, they want to have some ideas on this part, they can refer it. These are simple the title. You have to set your own introduction. Any problems at the part of ER diagram that we have covered in the last class? Yes. You can just have a look to this list. If you find some topics to be suitable or to near to your expectation, you can choose. There's a small trick also. If you want to have some catchy name, sometimes these seems to be a traditional kind of title. So if you want to have some catchy title, you can go to any domain provider like GoDaddy just to get a good name and all. Although there are a lot many tools also. And I have selected a topic. Who has told me not to use this, Sumita, this particular topic, so I will change the title of my project the way normal domains exist, or some catchy kind of things appeals to me, so I can choose. bigrock.com is also there if you want to have such ideas. होटल ऑनलाइन थोड़ा सा मुझे कैची लगा, और कोई मतलब जस्ट फॉर आइडिया कि हाँ मैं अपने प्रोजेक्ट का टाइटल का नाम क्या रखूं, तो कुछ कैची सा निकालने के लिए, कुछ जिस टाइप से डोमेन नॉर्मली होते हैं इंडस्ट्री ओरिएंटेड, सो उस टाइप का दिस इज अ स्मॉल टिप दैट इफ यू फाइंड इट यूजफुल यू कैन यूज इट. So as per my given topic, this I can take .in, I can take .com or any mobile kind of. This name I was actually looking for, hotel online or digital hotel or something like that. So once you are going to finalize, you just explore a little bit on this part. So maybe it will also help you also, right? So now you haven't given me that idea about the ER diagram and all. Now let me take you to the that. Let me start with that exercise. Whose work is ready so that I can check your Google Drive? Who would like to share? Or shall I take the name of the people? Whatever you have done in the practical classes, I just want to have a look to that folder that I have suggested you in the very beginning of the practical classes. Okay, randomly I will pick the name if no one is volunteering on this part. Jayesh. 2216. Please show your Google Drive. कैसे देखूंगी मैं इतने सारे स्टूडेंट का एक साथ. शिवा कुमार 2793. Kupili Siva Kumar. Please show your work. Google Drive.
Madam, I present I'm not starting yet, madam.
You haven't done.
Yes, madam.
So,
Ma'am, I have a question.
just a minute. So, give me the deadline when you will be able to show it. Because I have to mark your performance. Everyone's performance I have to mark. And I will firstly maintain a physical copy of this thing and then transform it into the Excel and then we'll forward to the university. So आप मुझे you just give me the deadline so that I will ask on that day only.
Okay, madam. As soon as possible, I will complete.
By next week it will be possible.
No, ma'am,
Yes.
no, ma'am, please keep the deadline after the assignment deadline. Because right now, most of the students are busy in the assignment. Maybe just one day later or two, a few days later. Not
I
much.
agree.
Your classes will be with me. In theory classes will be by 11th of June, right? And then we will get connected through practical classes. So it means 11, 18. Okay, next Saturday is the 18th, na? So your deadline will be crossed. 15 June is your last date, na?
Ma'am, next to next Saturday. Today is 4. Next Saturday is, I guess.
अब आप undue advantage ले रहे हो.
No, ma'am.
अच्छा चलो ठीक है.
Ma'am, next Saturday is around 11, 12.
But it is for you, na? It is for you, not for everyone. Some of you have already done it, na? आप मुझे बताओ कब स्टार्ट करूं मैं. एवरी टाइम उसको डिस्कस करना फिर मतलब रुक जाना वो नहीं होना चाहिए.
18 is best.
Ma'am, Anjali actually has a good point because I mean most of us are working professionals. We don't get a lot of time on weekdays to work on these stuffs. So, I mean we are spending times to create these documents only on weekend, and especially considering that we are spending 4 to 6 or maybe 8 hours on weekends in the classes. So that doesn't left us with a lot of time to work on these documents. And meanwhile, we are also working on very tight deadlines to complete the assignments.
Okay, now again give a thought to this thing. 18 will be okay or 25th of June will be okay. You just fix today itself. I don't want to discuss the same topic in every class. You take one. 18
25th June, ma'am. 25th.
I was expecting. Fine. Let's lock it 25th
Yes.
June, right?
25th June, yes.
Yeah. So you
Okay,
are now
ma'am,
having, yeah.
I have a question. I mean, can we choose Python as a programming language for a project?
Yeah, please go ahead. I have just shared that previously the IGNOU students were restricted that they have to make a project only on that language, which is the part of their course curriculum. But now it is not. Rather,
Okay.
IGNOU official will appreciate your extra effort because you have learned it at your own pace. You have developed it into in the form of a solution to serve someone. So it's a great effort. It's a great effort.
Python actually is a part of our curriculum, especially for people.
Yeah, now it is a part of your curriculum. Previously it was not. Yes, you can take it. Python तो सबसे आप स्टैटिस्टा पे जाओ ना सबसे ऊपर उसी का नाम आ रहा है Python.
Yeah, that's right, because it is being used almost in every area these days.
Yeah. So you can go. So
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can we also take use of AI and other features if possible?
AI मीन्स आप उसको यूज करोगे, कौन सी लैंग्वेज यूज करोगे?
Using
maybe
Python.
और उसको ऑटोमाइजेशन में कुछ और करना है या सिर्फ पाइथन से हो जाएगा आपका? आपका एप्लीकेशन क्या, थोड़ा बताओगे तो थोड़ा बता, वैसे तो पाइथन में हो ही जाएगा. एक मिनट.
Search for popular programming languages.
अच्छा, मैंने प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं लिखा, राइट. अभी कंफ्यूज हो रहा है. I have just seen. कोई रिजल्ट ही नहीं दे रहा. चलो एनीवे, मोस्ट पॉपुलर.
You can try Google Baba.
वैसे तो मालूम है, बट मैं कुछ फैक्ट्स मैं सोच रही थी कुछ अपडेशन हुआ हो, अप एंड डाउन थोड़ा बहुत. पाइथन में तो नहीं आएगा, वो तो है ही नंबर 1 खैर. बट मैं थोड़ा सा डेविएशन सोच रही थी, अगर कहीं कुछ हुआ है तो पता चल जाएगा. एनीवे,
So actually, Python is still number 1 because
अच्छा.
it is being used in data science, web applications, artificial
Everywhere,
intelligence,
everywhere.
machine learning, almost everywhere.
Yes. So now what next? So have you selected, anyone has selected one topic out of it, or shall I close it? Although I will put it into my blog also, so that if you want to have it, hopefully I will be able to update that blog on Tuesday, not before that. So if you want to have it, you can refer this list from there only, right? So okay.
Ma'am,
Now,
do you have any recommendation for the software cost estimation? I mean, any software that we can utilize for software cost estimation?
no, not such recommendation, because if we will restrict you on these parts also, so again your creativity again and innovation may get blocked. So just go freely, you just develop a application, or plan your entire work. You want to restrict you on anything, okay, you have to choose from this list only? No, you are free to choose anything. You are free to choose. So now, Neha, 2 parameters are freeze now. One is the title submission date is 7th of June, and entire synopsis review date is 25th tha na? Yes, 25th of June, right? And hopefully you will be able to share this Google Sheet by when? By
Ma'am, in
you are
1 hour.
busy also, yeah. By Monday?
In 1 hour.
Okay,
1
fine.
hour, ma'am.
Okay. I was thinking that you are already committed in other things and all. So now let me take another topic of today's, that is your DFD, right? DFD cover कर लेते हैं. ERD we are already done. DFD is what it is the most important component of your, SRS making exercise. Now you all have two tasks in your hand. Railway reservation system SRS to be done. All that questions you have to attempt along with this new one, which we have discussed today. So in the making of DFD process, there are only four symbols which are in front of you. Although there is again slight mistake in this part. Yes. Only four symbol is to be used while creating the DFD, and DFD is what it represents the entire functionality, how the data will move from one level to another level. So again, to represent the entity, we have to use this rectangle symbol. To represent the process, again we have to use this circle. In ER diagram, you will be able to recall we have used the ellipse. No circle was there, but in DFD, to reflect different processes which are running, for which are running for the inside the software, that each process must be reflected with the help of this circle. And every time, whenever the data is going to be transferred, the data is to be stored into some sort of repository. So that database or that data store must be reflected with the help of this symbol. Although as per your IGNO blocks, there is one more symbol that I am going to create, so that this is another symbol for the sake of, for the purpose of data store. This is another symbol which you can use for reflecting the database. Right? This is also recommended. This is also recommended. Right? So both the symbols are correct. And to reflect the flow, to reflect the flow of data, we have to use these two arrows. And sometime what blunder we used to do sometime. So let me show you that also. Just to have a shortcut, sometime we use this symbol. Okay, there's a flow of data that is going from source to destination or destination to source. I think that okay, no need to have these two arrows over there. Let's have a single arrow, because single arrow will reflect the purpose. No, it is totally wrong way to use this double-headed arrow into the DFD. So these are the small parameters that we always look for whenever we review your project synopsis, DFD. DFD or ER diagram in this way. So these two three points you have to take care. So now the entire functionality or the entire DFD process is reflecting. I'm giving you a small template that you can use. There are different levels of DFD. Zero level DFD. It will reflect all inputs and outputs. First level DFD will reflect all processes. Second level DFD, it will reflect all sub processes. This small template, zero level DFD, is also called as a context level DFD. Sometime in the exam it is specifically written that draw only context level of this, and in some other books you will be able to find this word, that is physical DFD banaiye pehle. Create the physical DFD for this thing, right? So zero level or context level or physical DFD, they all are synonym because they all reflect the kind of input which is going into the zero level, and how the things will come out. Once you have the zero level DFD with you in front of you, you will be able to get an idea that okay, what all is going on behind the scene, right? So by looking at the different processes under first level DFD, you will be able to get the idea of the complexity or the processes which are involved into it, right? So this is how this small template, I hope this will help you in the further part that we are going to cover, because we are able to get a complete understanding about the what all is going on. That is why zero level is sometimes also called as a, it provides you the highest abstraction level in terms of DFD. So there's a small diagram which is in front of you. You all just give a thought to this thing, get an idea, then we will discuss on it. Just give a thought to this thing.
Ma'am, this is a high-level DFT diagram of the online catering system, wherein two different entities, one is the customer and second is the administrator, they are interacting with the system and performing various activities. So the activities which are performed by the customer have been listed on the left side, and the ones performed by the administrator on the right side. And since we do not have a lot of details about the processes and sub-processes, how these functions are working, we can say this is a level 0 DFT.
Well explained. कौन था, मैं नाम तो देख लूं, आवाज तो पहचान रही हूँ, नाम नहीं देख पाती कई बार.
Chanda. Chanda, ma'am.
Chanda. Okay. Very well explained.
Thank you.
So yes, this is the idea that we have to reflect through the zero level DFD. Although you can go for two, instead of two you can take three entity also. Although in this example, now you imagine now you just recall that what four symbols we have just discussed now, only that four symbols are reflecting here, right? And in zero level DFD, again there is a takeaway for you: no database symbol should be reflected at the zero level. No database symbol. Although in some worst to worst cases, when the source of my data is some external, then only it is considered. Although avoid to reflect the that database symbol in zero level DFD until unless it is not so mandatory that we can't reflect our ideas. Although it is, I haven't seen anywhere to have that database symbol into the zero level DFD, right? So you avoid also. So in your case you can take three entity also, right? So now the most important point that I would like to mention here is that whatever arrow is inputting into this online catering, the moment you start working on creating the DFD, draw such a big kind of circle first, and whatever is the title assigned to you, put that name, that name of your project title over here, and whosoever entities are involved, just reflect that by means of this rectangle, because a rectangle is meant for the reflection of this entity only. And now what sort of transaction, or we have to give a overview kind of thing, na? Although each and every single transaction can't be reflected over here, but what all is going on, what exactly the things are moving, that can be a glimpse of that can be captured. So this should be our idea while creating the DFD, zero level DFD first, right? Again, there's a small mistake, although we should write it, that is zero level. Exclusively we have to mention this also, or context level we can use it, right? So now the takeaway point for you is that whatever arrow is going on, it is giving you the what will be the outcome of that, transaction, or that phase basically. So if a customer is asking for the registration, then this online catering mechanism is giving you an idea that okay, your registration is successful, and even if it is not successful, it will flash some sort of error. We can also reflect that kind of thing, right? Login is going on, again validation, valid login credential is coming out. This arrow is reflecting that what exactly is going on. So this is the most important part that I would like to mention. Next one is, okay, ये इसका ही था. Was there only. Now look at this. How many processes are there?
फोर में
नहीं, गलती हो गई है, थोड़ा सा एंटर मारना था मुझे, वो बेचारा नीचे चला गया. हाँ, अब आ गया. अब देखो, you all can see 5. Just looking at these circles, you are able to identify, okay, 5 processes are involved. And who is the user? Now there's a small blunder over here. Here, although we all do understand this thing, administrator and admin, we can call an administrator as admin, but whatever terminology we are using at the context level, same terminology should be carried forward at the next level also. So either make it here admin, I can put like this, so that means these two things, this terminology should be similar. It should be in sync with one another, right? Now another important thing. Now look at this. Admin, once they will get entered, they will enter into the login process. If logged in, then update card means whatever text is written here or labeling is done here, it is self-explanatory. This is the beauty of any DFD, so that it should not create a kind of chaos. It should give a clear picture what all is going on. So while creating DFD, you should also keep this idea into your mind, so that here the kind of action we are using, or the way I have covered that aspect into the ERD also, that the kind of action item should reflect here. What we are going to do? Update category. Okay, now what happened? Now look at this. This is updated, means task has been done. So these are the smaller issue, smaller things that we have to very mindfully mention under the DFD, right? So now everything is very self-explanatory. Yes. Now this is only for one user, that is admin. This is the first level for admin. Similarly, if in my scenario there is one more entity which is called customer, so I need to create a DFD for the customer, first level DFD for customer also. If there are two entities, or two kind of users are there, so create first level, second level for both the users. And if three entities will be there for three of them, right? Although you must have captured this idea from your project that I have shared from with you in the early classes also. There are could be different styles of reflecting this kind of first level DFD also, right? So now everything is ready with you. Now look at this. Now this four processes, not four, but rather five. One, two, three, four, five. They all are clubbed together under a single process, validate process, and then it is further going to submission process or entering into the submission process. So now you all, this is what? This is, now you all can see, second level DFD for user. Again, there's a mistake. Either use customer word, again terminology should be, it should be in sync. So these are the things that we have to consider. Are you finding any sort of mistakes over there? I could see one. Don't you think that this seems to be a kind of ellipse? A little bit. So sometime when we create, DFD in this way, so what is the great idea in this? You just copy one circle and create replicas of it and then use it. Instead of every time creating your own circle, just take one size which is suitable. You think that it will be appropriate for all the text that we have to label, and then use it. Because I told you earlier also that your exam center could be any your exam center will be different from your theory center. You will be given you will be given a exam center. There you have to go and you have to complete your practical work. The way you, and in the similar way you have to do the theory exam also, right? So you don't know either they will be provide you the relevant software for your work or not. So whatever we will do in the further part of the practical classes, every time you have to create such kind of diagram in MS Word, because MS Word is such a kind of software that every practical exam center will definitely provide you. They can't restrict it because this is a practical examination. They have to provide you some sort of software to create such kind of DFD or ER diagram or UML or something like this. So you should do hands-on. If you are well versed on any software technology, that is good part. But you should still be handful on this MS Word also, right? I think some queries are coming. So now this part is clear to all. DFD part is clear. Are you able to map this one? Whatever thing I have written here, zero level DFD, it is reflecting a little bit. All kind of inputs and outputs are reflecting, then processes and then sub-process, right? So this small template will really help us to create DFD. Yes, some questions were there. Someone was trying to ask something.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah.
As you said, we should use MS Word for creating the DFD and other diagrams for our convenience.
Yes.
Ma'am, there was a question of creating a presentation assignment. What software would be the best to create such sort of presentation?
Presentation you can create on this PowerPoint or that Google क्या कहते हैं उसको?
Yes, okay, ma'am.
Google one. You can take that. If you find it, if you want to create it on Canva, then it is no problem. But keep it with the presentation, because I haven't seen any time to be the presentation to be prepared on Canva in terms of assignment. So don't take any risk. Just do it on presentation or PowerPoint. Right? Any other question from anybody's side?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, how we can differentiate between first level DFT and second level in the given example?
First level and
second level DFD process, yes.
Okay, first level DFD is reflecting all kind of whatever scenario we have considered here, in that context, whatever processes we are considering, it will take on that one. Now you look at this. Let me show, take my example, whatever I have covered. Now look at this. These are the transactions that the customer are doing. Registration is going on, login process was going on, searching of the category was going on, add to cart was going on, right? Similarly, there are certain set of that transaction that were going on at the part of admin. Admin was able to update food item categories and all, everything is written here. So now this example, now look at this scenario. Imagine this one scenario, this right hand side one, admin. Keep this idea into your mind, and now look at this. Admin is, after login, what he is doing, he is updating the criteria, it is written there, right?
Okay, okay.
You're getting?
Yes, yes.
Now whatever this kind of user kind of transaction this particular user is applying, based on that this entire functioning is going on. It is entirely representing your conceptual idea at the next level, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're getting the idea?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, I will keep this one also onto the blog, so that because whatever it is covered into the class, so you take it as a reference material for that.
And what process in second level DFD? This is first level.
Although
second
there
level?
is no such kind of things that you can refer here. Now look at this. One more thing I would like to mention here: update booking status, generate receipt. Right? It means some records were going to be submitted. Then only this updation will be generated. Right? Then only this
Okay.
receipt will be generated. It means something is going at next level, na? Right? Once then now this concept you can have under this. Actually, I think this is admin. Second level ये admin का है. First level, let me show you second level admin. Now look at this. Admin, update category, food item, booking status, updation is going on. Now these activities are clubbed. Now look at this. ये जो box है, I mean this one. Let me show you with the help of snipping tool. This one is entirely clubbed together, right? And now this update, add, delete, all these things are carry forward under a validate process. So this is the second level. All these activities are carry forward with this single operation. You're getting?
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
Right? So in this way, now after validation, the things will enter into the next level, that is submit process. So in this way, the things move forward.
Okay, now
Right.
understand, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So now you just get an idea out of this, that whatever we have reflected in the zero level, or into the physical DFT, or into the context level DFT, the same thing is bifurcated at different levels with respect to different entities and all, right? So this is how we can, although lots of practice we need to apply depending upon different scenarios, and but that template that I have just created for your ready reference will really help you to sometime configure the things in a right way. So zero level DFD, all input and output should reflect. First level, all processes should reflect. Second level, it will move to the next complexity level till sub process level. So this is how you can use it, right? Okay. Now keeping this idea into your mind, just start making that DFD for railway reservation. It is also one of the topic. Just keep doing this thing in MS Word only. Although you can go for Canva, you can go for draw.io, lucidchart.com, many more like this. But till in this current scenario, you just create okay, let me give you an exercise for this thing. Create this one only, just for your hands on, right? Start making and keep sharing. You have already shared your understanding about the railway with me in the first class, not first, rather second class, right? Keep doing this thing. I'm waiting for your revert. It will take time. Let me take your attendance also. Everyone, please keep your video to be on. One more.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Just a minute. Let me take the
Ma'am, I
attendance.
am logged in as RJ Geek, so kindly note it Himanshu Singh here. It is my different
Himanshu.
account. Yes, Himanshu Singh.
Okay. Just a minute.
In place of RJ Geek.
RJ Geeks, na?
Yes, yes. Replace with Himanshu Singh.
I will just mention RJ Geeks.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Please share your enrollment number also. Just speak up. What is
Just
your
wait.
enrollment number? Huh?
Let me check my mail
Okay,
once.
okay, okay. You can give 4 last digit also. If you could remove
Yes, sir.
recall.
Just I'm checking.
Okay, I have make it as a note.
Yes, I'm noted. 2200
2200
4251
4251
61.
61. I repeat, 2200 4251 61.
Yes, right, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now everyone just take it as a exercise again. Now from my side, your ERD is done, your DFD is done, and all parameter with respect to your SRS and all title. I have already give you a glimpse of that thing, right? Okay.
Ma'am?
Has the class ended?